So here we are with our finished product, Sweet Home Alabama, this nice soft knit sweatshirt. I love to craft and work with my hands and do different projects. So it could be refinishing furniture, could be doing some appliques for a shirt, making cards, doing crafts with my children, as you can probably see behind me. Anyways, I just love to do crafty things, and thought I might share what I'm doing with the rest of the world and hopefully encourage you to pursue your dreams and passions, and to help you see that you can do it, and everything doesn't have to be perfect, because if we wait for the perfect time or the perfect amount of money or all the tools, we'll just never do anything. So welcome to my crafting space slash kitchen slash catch-all area. It's not perfect, but it works for what I need it to do. We are going to work on a project tonight. I'm going to be using my Cricut that I just got for Christmas, and a few of the Cricut tools, and also some things I just had around the house. And we're going to be putting together a applique for a sweatshirt for my sister-in-law, and hopefully you will enjoy our time together and be thinking of some things that you can work on as well. So let's get started. So here's a screenshot of the image we're going to be cutting. I'm going to be using two different colors of vinyl, white and red, and so I've got them set up on the two different mats here and ready to cut with the design that I put together. So I'll be using Scissor white HTV vinyl and Cricut brand red glitter, and I've cut it. So the nice thing about the Cricut program is it lays it all out for you, and you can see how much vinyl you're going to use, so you don't have to put, you know, a 12 by 12 piece on here and have a lot of waste. And the program will also mush things together for you so that you can eliminate waste too, because let's face it, these products are not cheap either. So I'm going to go ahead and get this first one set up in the machine. So I have the Cricut Explore Air 2. So each machine is a little bit different. This one's got a handy little knob. I've made sure that it is set for iron on. So, and you always want to make sure that you mirror the images on the program and that you put your vinyl the shiny side down. Our inclination is to put it up with all the other things that we cut, but we want to make sure we put that down so that it's a mirror image and it'll work out when we're ready to transfer it and iron it on our shirt. So I'm going to set this here so that it's ready to go. It's going to start with this one. It says to go ahead and insert our mat. You can see there's a little flashing light on here that's going to load. So all I have to do is hold it. It's going to line it up, make sure it's straight in there. That's how that loaded. Alright. Should be ready. And then we just hit go. Okay, so now our image is done cutting, and we've got the flashing light saying we can unload our mat. So I'm going to push that. It's going to send it back out. And ta-da! You're going, wait, it looks exactly how it is when you put it in there. So the next thing that we have to do is weed our vinyl. And we can use some handy-dandy tools. This is a weeding tool from the Cricut, and basically what we're going to do is peel away all the parts that we do not want to go onto our sweatshirt. Now that we have cut out our vinyl and we've successfully weeded all of the vinyl that we don't need on there, I'm going to go ahead and peel off our pieces from our cutting mats, because we you no longer need them on there. And again, since I was not concerned about the layout being exactly right, because I'm going to lay it on the sweatshirt, I'm going to end up cutting that apart because we don't want it to say Sweet Alabama Home. We want it to say Sweet Home Alabama. And then I have replaced the O in home with the state of Alabama with a little heart in it. So now we are done with our mats. And one thing that I do too, when you get your mats, they come with this handy little cover on them. And I save mine and put them back on there because they are sticky mats and you don't want things sticking on them. Like lint and dog hair is the one I struggle with the most. And because those things can transfer through depending on what material you're cutting, and you don't want that to mess up your design and the cutting, especially on finer cuts with paper. Every little bump and groove that is on your grip on your mat can transfer through and mess up with the blades too. So always put your little covers back on, then you don't have to worry about things getting stuck in there, and they are ready to be filed away because we are done with the mats. So, and because this is my mobile crafting zone, I have a nice little handy bag I keep them in. Alright, so now I'm going to cut the design into 3 pieces here. So I've got Sweet, Alabama, and Home. And it's just on the sticky part that's going to help it adhere to or stay in place on your project. In our case, it's going to be a sweatshirt. So I'm just going to cut this across. It doesn't matter what these lines look like because nothing in this clear part that is on here that's sticky is going to transfer to your sweatshirt. Only the vinyl will transfer. So that's kind of comforting. Also, since this is my mobile office, sometimes I use my ironing board for this, and sometimes I will use the table. I found this handy dandy little mat. You can turn any surface into a ironing surface. I found this at Aldi, so one of my favorite stores. If you have one of those around you, you should check it out. So I've got my ironing mat down. I'm going to get my sweatshirt out. And if you're making a project for yourself, it is recommended to pre-wash before you put the vinyl on. Not required, but recommended. And in this case, since it's a gift, I did not wash it. I want it to be like new. So I'm going to lay out my sweatshirt here. And in some of the videos that I've watched on YouTube, you know, people have the fabric marking pens and pencils and you can find your center. But I'm a visual person and I found that the product is pretty versatile that you're working with. So I like to just lay it out and then adjust accordingly. You can use like a dish towel, like the flour sack towels, or I think I've seen some people use like a parchment paper. I'm going to be using a Teflon sheet that I had seen was recommended for ironing, and I like it because I can kind of see through it a little bit. Okay, so now I'm about to do the heat for transferring our vinyl to the shirt. So a couple notes. One, make sure your iron is on the no steam setting, and you want it on pretty much the hottest on the cotton setting. And then it's just about 10 to 15 seconds in each spot, and you need to be careful to not go too long because, as I did the other day, you can actually like burn your vinyl. It was kind of strange. So hopefully we won't do that this time. So we're going to just kind of move section by section with our iron since we don't have a fancy heat press, but that won't stop me either. Okay, so I'm just going to move my Teflon sheet. Take a look. So yeah, you can see like right here how it started to kind of crinkle on our thing. So that's getting very, very warm. And we don't want that to happen. This one looks like it's down well. This one maybe is not quite down enough. So I'm going to just add a little bit more heat right here. Okay. Looks good. Okay, so then what we can do is start to peel it back. So see this part, how I'm peeling it back and the vinyl is staying with. That means it is not adhered to the shirts yet. So goes our Teflon. And just put the iron on there again. Make sure our E is down. Okay. Don't mind my iron spitting on things. Alright. And I'm concerned that we might have that same thing over here with our A. So let's check that part again. Everything's looking a little bit better now. Okay, so then we can peel off the clear backing. It should come right off and the vinyl should stay on our shirt. So here we are with our finished product, Sweet Home Alabama. This nice soft knit sweatshirt. It's been fun, and thankfully it seems like everything has turned out and nothing burned this time. Yay! And it looks like it's pretty straight, so I'd call that a win. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll tune in again next time. Signing off for now. Heather, just moving around.